Is there any word renowned, a linguist who can actually watch this one to verify the very nativity of my English? Because I don't really need to think about anything. I'm not lying. Please watch this one. I never deleted. I'm not lying. To me, it's very obvious. All you need to is to just read it. The entire Russian government is resigning. I don't really need to think twice about anything. Just actually see it. Let's see. I'm not lying. I never missed anything. The only thing is, in the year 1990. See, again, I actually interrupted. Just because, I don't really need to think about it. But the thing is, I just didn't write that down. This is really evidence. Can you not actually see that? I've been actually constantly meaning to write that down. Even if I actually truly perceived it, I forgot writing down. Even if that was a truly well installed in my brain, I can easily see it. But I've been actually forgetting. I should have actually had it written it down. I'm not lying. This is really crazy. I don't really need to. I don't really need to think about it. Donald Trump might be impeached today, but he's unleashed. He's been actually opened up and is truly being more emancipated and liberated. To me, it's very obvious. I don't really need to think twice about it. It's very obvious. Let me actually see this. Anything. How, demand for a locker blew up to actually, create such an connotation that would actually go overboard. Because, this sometimes, would it be the sentiment? For so many months, this has been actually such a prevailing theme by people supporting Donald Trump. And how locker of Hillary Clinton somehow blew up. Oh, I had a muscle cramp. I don't need to think about it. It's so not true. No, I'm not lying. You think that I would be actually, was slow. Let me actually show you. Underneath this sentence, how quickly I can actually perceive this one. I'm not lying. If there's anyone who might actually doubt the very capability and a capacity of my English, please take a glance at it. I can actually easily read something. This has never been a challenge. I was never been actually slow in terms of perceiving the time tenses. This is total lie. How quickly I can actually do it. Please see it. No, this is so not true. No, this is automatic. I never actually lied. This has been a total lie. I was in my life never been actually, clashes with the evangelical Donald Trump supporter. I don't really need to. See how quickly I can actually do it. I'm not lying. I never hesitated. Just once. Now, how the U.S. respond to? I don't really understand that. Why would you actually say that? You are actually, making me to wait for another chances. That's really the problem. If I were given a new sentences, no, only trying once. I'm not lying. Just see how quickly I can actually see it. Passive. I know it. I don't really need to. Delete. I haven't written it down in a perfect sense. Let me actually repeat it. Because I didn't actually realize I was actually writing in that way. No, it's so not fair. Although I was constantly thinking about this. It's so not fair because I was never been actually thinking about it. He was really the one busting. I never even, that kind of idea never crossed my mind because I've already actually covered this sentence for more than 1,000 years. You know, I'm not lying. The same sentence. How many times have I written down the busted over ever since I had started this procedure? It's really ridiculous for that one mistake. I've been actually, you know, gravely challenged. That's a really ridiculous argument. Grocery store ceiling. Mysterious thief, you know, believed to be living in the grocery store ceiling. I don't really need to. I'm actually this much fast. I never hesitated. I'm actually far faster than American people. Just challenge me. A death toll from the coronavirus epidemic, as the people are actually getting more affected to be lethal, almost doubles up nearly in the last 24 hours. I don't really need to. I'm not lying. Let me actually show you how quickly I can actually read it. I'm spending this little amount of time. I already actually said that. This has never been affected by anything. Donald Trump. US has a coronavirus totally under control. How quickly I can actually do it. I'm not lying. Let me actually compete with any type of person. Yeah. Saudi Arabia must have absurd a claim concerning the Jeff Bezos nudity leak photos as rumors. I don't really need to suffer anything. I'm not actually, you know, being slower. See? It's really amazing. I've never been late. Have you noticed that? I'm not stupid. I had it on everything really correct. Come on in, Pete Buttigieg. You just had a Jeb Bush moment to simulate and create echoing repercussion that might reflect the very campaign by Jeb Bush by emulating his policies more like the moderate Democrats, even though Jeb Bush is a Republican, by actually someone stooping down to average people, pretending to be the part of the community. I don't really need to think twice about it. You know how quickly I can do it. This is not ridiculous. Man accused of killing his own entire family, and a witness, that's being, in celebration, slayed by this, person to watch him literally die in the face of utter misery. That's what I've been doing, just saying that. I don't really need to. Powerful, very powerful power publicist compared to her ties with the Jeffrey Epstein to Holocaust. I never miss anything. I'm not lying. Are you actually watching? Is there any American person who actually watches this? Am I actually being really slower than other people? Let me actually show you. I'm not lying. as an exorcist. I never miss it. Ha ha ha. 정말 완벽하게 했잖아. 정말 천재다. 너무 천재적이야. Anything. I never actually had any difficulty. No, will be no. Government accountability report will be the big part of the Democrats' impeachment trial by playing a very big role to actually serve, you know, evidential backup to corroborate the cases. No, not real. I'm actually much faster than average people. I'm actually much faster than other people. Mitch McConnell. Trump will have the level playing field in the Senate impeachment trial to even out the field. Let me just calculate the time that I've been, you know, spending. Come on. I don't really need to. I'm just actually using 1 second. I already had done this key pitch roll. Non-destination, no. Unknown is I've been actually being much faster. I've never actually heard about this. The body of a missing female teen since the New Year celebration after the Eve found. Yeah, that is found near the non-destination. That's really close to the vicinity of the non-places. How quickly I can actually do it? Are you freaking out of your mind? I've never been. Cop hit with a DUI after fellow officer dies in a car crash. Do you think that I have to think twice about it? Why? Why would you say so? I'm actually smarter than the rest of people. I never actually made a mistake. It's not something that I'm repeating it. Romney. Meet Romney. I'm not lying. Never. I never actually made a mistake. The only thing is I just actually typed something wrong. Then they actually say that just like Charlize Theron. It's not something that I've been actually, you know, memorizing over and over again. Just like, you know, Gloria Vanderbilt. It's not something that I have to think about it all the time. I never even heard about this. But you know what? I just mistype it. But most of them are not caused by me. Those people who just really wanted to undermine my English, flip them. I have evidence to prove it. I don't really forget them. Not really. Never actually miss it. Intentionally rammed. Just actually write down once more. Because not really less certain about it. In case your letter is distorted. To actually prevent that kind of damage. That's it. The only purpose. No, I've never been late. No, it's not. I can't do it. Deadly body covered up in a body bag. Covered in body bag somehow found in Las Vegas. trashy garbage car. It feels so awkward. I'm actually this much too fast and people say I only read something. What do you want me to do? I don't really need to. I don't really need to. It's so not true. It's not something that I've never heard of. The only problem is I've been actually angry if you were not moving it quickly. If you're actually slugging it down, that would have charged me that I spend extra time. Then I don't want to do it. There's no value in it. I want to be challenged immediately. Being actually presented with a new sentence. Mitch McConnell releases impeachment trial frame. I don't really need to think about anything. I'm actually faster than other people. Do I actually... Magda in Iraq, right? You see? Fetchings. Yeah, this is the right one. I know it. I'm 100% certain. That's it. Never actually. That's anything. Never had any difficulty. Never. Never had any difficulty. Survival recounted in a chaotic circumstance to count actual, survivals and the death numbers. When was really the time that I'm actually being flawed? This is a really ridiculous argument. I never actually missed anything. And I've been actually, literally being challenged for anything. I feel so embarrassed. I'm not lying. This has never been a lie. And this has never been a serious challenge. Let me actually show you. Anything is possible. And I would never be slower than any American. I'm not lying. Let me actually compete with them. The very sentence on the screen, the bottom of the screen will be the one that I'm going to see. And let me actually show you how quickly I can actually do this. I'm not lying. No, it's not wrestling. I'm actually perfect. I'm not lying. Never made a mistake. Never. It's not wrestling. Do you know what? Do you have any ideas? It's 4 in the morning. I'm not wrestling. I can actually do this. Anything. It's really easy. I already had done that. I don't really need to think about it. If a creature exculpation, I don't really need to think about it. I'm actually much faster than other people. Are you actually looking into it? I never. Donald Trump rips impeachment forwards a days before the impeachment trial begins. I already had done that. 벌써 했어요. 절대 안 틀렸어요. I already had done this. Then can you actually wait for a second? Because I want to actually skip several sentences to be met with, completely unknown sentences to challenge my understanding. With no previous information. I'm not lying. Just actually hold on a second. Let me actually skip just, one more. I don't really need to think about anything. I'm actually this much fast. I never actually hesitated. It's really easy. I never. No, I can actually have a very quick conversation. This 14-year-old, a younger, who was drugged and kidnapped and raped and abducted. This, 14-year-old somehow gets rescued at the last minute thanks to the Snapchat, which somehow actually, enables her to send a message that could actually be taken as a SOS message to save her and rescue her. I can actually speak far better than any other people. I have no doubt about that. Because this 14-year-old who was, in the face of serious challenge, because she was drugged, that means she was under the influence of anesthesia, to lose her control, she got fainted, and she got kidnapped, abducted, and raped eventually. Under this type of miserable circumstances, she never actually, lets go of any type of hopes for emancipation. She actually uses the Snapchat. She gets saved and rescued thanks to this, Snapchat work. Lindsey Graham accuses and criticizes Nancy Pelosi that she has orchestrated the Church of Holy Hell against Donald Trump. That means that Lindsey Graham, at this moment, accuses Nancy Pelosi of having orchestrated and choreographed all this miserable litany of devastating circumstances to create an inferno that might actually torture Donald Trump forever and more by being at the forefront of this power greed. I'm not lying. That's really easy. Top advisor on Russia at the White House somehow actually is placed on leave at the time. And this whole service is already actually put off on leave. That means there is no chance that this person would have a security clearance again in the short time, because there has been a security clearance approved. And amid this type of questionable circumstances, this person already actually, one steps down by actually taking a leave, and the whole procedure already got disconnected. I don't miss anything. Never miss anything. Perfect. I did a perfect job on it. I'm actually being very much... You want to actually see this? How quickly I can do this? Are you sure about this? No, I didn't forget Baghdad. Tehran and Baghdad, it was absolutely nice. Oh, this one probably is the right one. Yeah, I never actually re-saw it. Yeah, I never actually forgot it. I never forgot anything. I can actually write down any city. Tehran. Both of them are really fine. Tehran, I actually checked the book. Tehran and Tehran both are fine. I never miss anything. I saw it. I don't really need to. It's really easy. Never forget anything. I'm not actually checking any book. What do we have? It's really easy. Are you fucking out of your mind? I don't really forget it. It's really easy. And what do we have? It's a ridiculous argument. I would actually probably kill myself if I don't know that kind of civility. Never actually tried it. No, never re-saw it. Koreans, I already done it. Oh, I already actually done this. These are all the next, one mega disasters that could kill us. I never actually forgot it. Corinto, I actually did a great job at the great standing. You can actually see it. It's never been a broken sentence. I'm not lying. I know the grammatical rules. I already had it done that. Hold on for a while, because I have to go down. I had it done that. Ready? Had it on that. And that's right, I should go to the news section. Because I've already actually finished all of them. Living would be a really great choice. Because I've never even heard about that. passive. I'm not walking. You walking sharks. I never actually walk. I'm not lying. Excuse me, is there any word of renowned scientists who would actually look at this? How many seconds have I actually used it? I don't really need to think twice about it. I'm not lying. I was at the very beginning really angry, so I didn't actually, you know what, write that down. This is not about the contents that I actually had forgotten. The only problem was, you know, I was so, you know, so excited. I didn't actually realize that I didn't actually put down all the things that I actually saw. This is really the moment. Let me actually calculate. Starting from the sentence 1, and let me actually calculate it. Number 1, perfect, right? The next one that I've never actually seen. I don't really need to wait another turn. No, so not true. Oh, this, you know what? Great, gross, and a bizarre, you know, new TikTok challenge is definitely a choking hazard. I never actually. Oh no! Don't try to actually dismiss it. CHOKING. I'm 100% certain. Let me actually repeat it because I just really wanted to rectify my letter because it was a very, you know, distorted. CHOKING, because an original one is like this. I know I kind of actually didn't. This new gross, you know, a TikTok challenge and you need to follow is definitely a new choking hazard. It could lead to suffocation. I feel so bad. I'm not lying. Simply actually writing something wrong. I just actually don't write something because I don't really know the answer. Because, you know, I'm being, you know, very, very tainted a person. My body can never actually follow me. Because I know it so well, I cannot actually do this better than this, even though I actually got it. I really wish that someone could actually read it scan through my mind. I'm not lying. Anything is really possible. I'm not actually slower than other people. Florida does a bizarre change, you know, at the very cloudy situation with the chances of a frozen, you know, cracks that would be icy. Never actually missed anything. I've never been a page 3. That's never been the case. Let me actually prove it. I'm actually far better than average American people, and this will be the very demonstration. I would have never actually lie about this. This has never been the truth. They even actually had a tendency to dismiss my ability, but I have never actually had any difficulty. Let me actually show you. A restaurant raised a 338-foot-long pizza to raise donations as a monetary help for supporting and endorsing the Australia's firefighters in the time of bushfires. I'm not being late. Let me actually, if there was any, you know, a neuroscientist, please check out the time. I'm not actually using that many, you know, powers. I'm not lying. I don't really need to wait for it. So not true. I'm not walking. That's so not true. You want me to actually see how quickly I can actually do it? That's so not true. I would actually never accept that kind of crazy argument. This can be easily, you know, removed. If you ever watching me, I have no idea. I'm not walking. I'm actually genius. I can actually read something and memorize something much faster than you. Take a glance at it. Travel ban at the outbreak of the very strong virus that has been taking over the center of the Chinese city. That's really easy. It's not a full sentence. That's a problem. I really wish I could have, you know, full sentence. I'm not lying. No. New York Times, I'm actually really great. I've never been actually the second one. Yeah, I already had done that. No, I already had done that. Did you forget it? I already had done that. I was never being actually wrong about the timeline. Never. Still not true. Let me actually do this business today. I don't know what would it be the part of it. You want to see? feel so bad. I'm not actually being, you know what, later than other people. Not slower. No, it's not true. Just do it. How quickly I can actually see it. I only need to think about it. I feel so bad. Can you actually give me a full sentence? Because I don't really want to pass anything. I'm not actually being slower than other people. I swear to God. China says it will ban plastics of war, plastic uses that pollute its land and water. I mean, is there anyone? Because you know what, I just feel really bad. I can actually look into the screen, you know, and read something, quickly remember and memorize something. I'm not lying. Just see it. I never actually read it to repeat it. I'm not lying. I never hesitated anything. I don't really need to. Camille, right? It's really easy. Why the Caribbean paradise still remains in ruins? I never actually hesitated. I'm much faster than you. Never had any difficulty. No, you never miss anything. That's a bullshitty argument. I'm actually far better than the yellow or blue. In Hong Kong, businesses choose political sides as they are asked to do so. I'm actually far faster than American people. I'm not lying. I can compete with it. Just write that once more. CSPN. I know it. Just, you know, congressional video. I'm not slower than any American people. Even the CSPN is peaked. The Senate even actually puts a limit as a limitation on the coverage of the trial, impeachment trial, by lifting the congressional limitation. Even actually for the congressional oriented channel. That's what has been done. You want to see how quickly I can see it? Is there any American, you know what, out there? Please, I would actually get this much faster than you. Facebook apologizing for the verbal translation of the Chinese leader's name. I never miss it. I'm not lying. Hell no. As the world economy shifts gears and the tire rate grows slower, that's what it's when I just said. I don't really need to think twice about it. I don't need to think about it. Just actually, you know what, give me any new benefits. I'm not lying. I never actually, you know, I feel crazy. Never actually miss anything. I'm not lying. I swear to God, I'm actually faster than average American people. I can actually compete with them. I really don't mind. This is really crazy. I'm not lying. I never. No, I'm actually much faster. Healthcare costs are rising and the fund returns are less reliable as they're getting, you know, somewhat destabilized. I don't really know. Hey, I'm actually much faster, much reliable. Oh. No, it's never been a topsy-turvy. Still not true. I never actually missed it. That's a really ridiculous argument. No, I would have never accepted. It's a really crazy argument. No, I don't actually deal with this. 아, 너무 억울해. 잘못 적었다고 나한테 계속 그래. I don't really understand that because I had written down something wrong because I was actually, you know what, truly pressed by my own desire to quickly move on to the next sentence because I thought that was too easy. I've already actually covered so many different sentences with the busted. That's really the reason I'm actually being taken hostage to this kind of ridiculous cases which I've already covered more than 1,000 times. I'm not lying. Busted or caught, those kind of sentences I've already actually had done more than 1,000 times. This is no exaggeration. You can actually count it. How many times have I truly had written them down? I'm not lying. I was never been late. If you ever actually watch how quickly I can actually read any sentences, please take a glance at it. I'm actually looking into it and immediately recognize it. No. I mean, just see it. I'm not lying. Please actually give me a new sentence. No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'm actually much faster than average people. No, I've already actually done that. No, screenshots are really saved. No, it's not true. I have never actually been that much late. So not true. I'm actually far faster than average American people. You truly want to see how quickly I can actually memorize it? Hold on. I'm actually far faster than other people. I'm not lying. That has never been the truth. Never. I'm actually far faster. I'm not actually being lesser than them. So not true. It's really unfair. I've been actually much faster. I never actually missed anything. I'm actually this much fast. How would you dare to say that I'm actually being slower? Anything. Even in criminal justice. Check out our awesome prices. I'm actually, being, much better than you. I'm not lying. Let me actually prove it. Let me actually see that. No, so not true. No, I actually read something much faster. Juvenile? No, I was never been a juvenile. I was never been a juvenile. No one actually say that. I'm not juvenile. I was never been a juvenile. No one can actually claim this kind of stupid argument. Let me actually prove the case. If I ever actually make a mistake out of 100 different sentences from this, very quick understanding, then don't call me a juvenile. No, I'm not a juvenile. I'm actually genius, far better than you. I was never been slower than you. No. I'm not lying, I swear to God. The Australia's bushfire crisis isn't the new normal, it's far worse than that. I don't really drop anything. You can actually call me. I'm not lying. You want to see how quickly I can actually read it? I'm not lying. This is really easy. I'm not lying. There was no exception. I can actually memorize something. Really easy. I don't need to think about anything. I'm not lying. It's like, don't get mad. That's it. Let me see. I know that what Lebanese. Lebanese, I know. I actually, you know what, know it. But I want to type it right now, Lebanon. It's not really a wall. No one can actually hold me accountable. Let me see anything. I'm not lying. I swear to God. I actually read something and memorize something much faster than other American people. I'm not on. It's really easy. Why the Noah under President Donald Trump is holding a pattern to be very, you know, specified. I don't really need to. Do you honestly think that makes it slower than average people? In Arizona, those border communities close to the border region shared with Mexico are fighting for the border war. I don't need to think about this. This is very obvious. To me, take a glance at it. I'm not lying. Remember when President Donald Trump sharpied the Hurricane Dorian's pathway by actually highlighting using a Sharpie on the map? Remember during the time Hurricane Dorian was actually on its way, President Donald Trump made his own prediction, right? Then people actually got out their own map to actually, notify the presidents of falsification, and they were really angry. People are actually, being frustrated at the time. People were very devastated to see how President Donald Trump made this kind of ridiculous argument. I'm not lying. Let me actually show you how great I am. I'm not lying. Scientists warn of the unnoticed, unwanted affiliation of the actual pains that would be caused by the actual unidentifiable causes that might actually challenge the humanity by actually, posing a much greater dangers. I'm not lying. Let me actually have this moment. I'm not lying. This is an easy one. I will actually pass it. It's never been difficult. Anything. I would have never hesitated. A California Senator Kamala Harris, once upon a time a U.S. President hopeful, says that she will punish the oil companies and facilities as a part of the greenhouse manufacturing oil offshore rigging for their role in the climate crisis. I don't need to think about it. How quickly I can actually do this. Can you imagine that? Donald Trump wants the foresters and the lumberjacks and the loggers to tear down, to deforestate this pristine and well-preserved forest, as nature is best preserved the forest by knocking down and chopping off trees for lumbering. If that happens, then there will be a serious chaos in our ecosystem by actually, disorienting the ecosystem of the mother nature. I can actually write down, paraphrase. Donald Trump gives a green light to loggers eager to shave off the densely populated forests by deforestation through lumbering. In the event of that, there will be a disorder disorienting the ecosystem of the Mother Nature. Deforestation. For Trump, destruction plans for the National Monument display and arcade are allowed to actually make their progress by chopping off and knocking down to deforest this entire system. I actually never checked up on any dictionary, but in case you think that, let me actually write down. Ravage. Devastate. Deforest. Desertify. Even actually at some point I saw the deforesting. Because, you know, desertification and deforestation. And plunder, pillage, and robo. Okay. This is really the word. Alright, this. But you know what, even though it has been written down, the solutions too, solution 4 are also acceptable. I have been actually reading this dictionary. It says that in American English, you know, especially the modern American English, solution 4 is something would be also equally acceptable. I really don't mind. I'm not really a terrible person with a proposition. Ha ha ha. The indigenous communities have a new way to fight off climate change, to give the personhood rights to nature by dignifying the very nature's own aspects as a human entities. I'm actually very good with it. Really stupid. Watch the teenagers to confront and chaperone executives at the latest climate change confrontation as a protest. I really don't mind. I'm actually far better than them. I don't really need to think about it. I never actually say anything. I don't really need to think about it. Behold the return of the Amazons in New Zealand, actual return. But let me actually say this. Am I actually being late? Let me actually say this. This is really not fair. I never even actually, make a post to see it. I'm not lying. Didn't I actually turn on anything? Let me actually calculate the time how little I can actually spend. So not fair. I didn't read anything in Korean. I'm not lying. It's really unfair. I didn't miss anything, but they were actually saying, no, I'm not lesser. So not true. You know what? Let me actually see this. Am I actually being slower than any Americans? Let's try out in the last almost 20 different sentences to prove it. I'm not lying. If there was anyone who would actually think that way, that they must be very stupid to think that way. Let me actually, prove my chances. I'm not actually being smarter than... Oh. Let me actually show you. Just say anything. I really don't mind. I would never actually return to anything. I'm not lying. I never miss anything. I would actually prove it by actually just simply, watching anything. No, I'm not lying. I was never been late. Never been late. In any given choices, I was never been late than any American people. I'm not lying. I was never been late. No. Never, actually. I was never been late. I don't really need to think twice about it. I'm actually far smarter than other people. Never hesitated. I was never been slower than this. I'm not lying. I get it severely. I never actually got beaten by any American. I'm not lying. Let me actually show you. I actually read something much faster. Take a lesson. Acre. I was never been. As Democrats prepare for a debate in Florida, almost a 17,000 acre massive square fire burns up the glades by engulfing the national park. Never asked anything. Climate change is really it's not really the only thing that's been changing the course of our life. It's much harder for us to actually study that. There is a much difficult challenge that's preventing us from focusing on the actual studies. I don't need to think twice about it. It's really easy. It's on you. I saw it. It's really easy. DNC, the Democratic National Committee. really need to think about anything. I'm not lying, I swear to God. I just want you to actually see this, how quickly I can actually see it. I'll never actually repeat anything. I'm not lying. You know what? You think that I would actually hesitate it? That's so not true. So not true. I would never accept anything. I would have never. I never actually wanted to do it. I actually had it done and I'm not lying. That's really the only reason I actually skipped some of things is because I already covered it. That's really the only reason that I never actually do this. I'm not lying. Let me actually show you how quickly. I don't need to. I'm actually much faster than other married people. Oh no. I already had it on it. Am I actually being really wrong? Why am I actually being blamed for that? I know, no, so whatever. I never hesitated. How quickly I can actually perceive it. I don't really need to. I don't really miss anything. I'm not lying. I swear to God. I'm not lying. I feel so bad. Because, you know, I can actually read something much quicker than other people. They've been constantly denying it. No, I'm not actually fighting over the new one. That's so not true. Any random sentence that would actually be great. I'm actually great with a new one. That's so not true. I'm actually far better with the new sentences. Let me actually prove it. How quickly I can actually manage to handle it. There is a very old army mythical urban legend coming from the old army that actually left with no confrontation to be challenged for so many times, right? An old army myth that went unchallenged for too long. I don't need to think about it. How many times? Can you actually see that? Do you have any idea how quick I am? Do you really have any idea? Why am I actually being harassed as if I would be a moron? Would never read anything really quick. I would be so miserably challenged if I were truly a moron who would never actually compete with, you know, Kelly. You remember this Kelly lady? Actually, I can read something much faster. I'm not lying. Oh, shit. I actually missed this. Hold on a second. Let me actually go get my spring. Oh my gosh. Really? Oh my gosh, there's no spring on the floor. Oh, what the heck? It has been completely disappeared. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so bizarre. It's been actually gone. But anyway, it's not working, right? No, it's working. I don't know what I should think about it. Hang on. Hold on a sec. Really don't mind. I can actually be a very fast one, even actually faster than those kind of people like Kelly. I'm not lying. Already had it done then. I'm not lying. Had it on it. I'm not lying. No, I'm not really an 81. If I ever actually reach, 100, please accept that. I could actually easily compete with those kind of people like Kelly. I'm not lying. Let me actually prove it. Let me actually be the case. Prove it. I'm not lying. Starting from this one sentence, let's try to actually see who could actually achieve a greater sentence. I wouldn't feel so offended with no understanding about my quality. I already had done that. Oh, please. It's really easy. Yeah. I really need to. Not really a glimpse. I never actually sleep off a tiny second. I'm not lying. Oh, it's never been a political. Oh, it's so not fair. I'm very happy with the living. Oh, it's so not true. Let me actually do this living one. That's so not fair. I'm actually really good with the living. I've never lied. Never. Never actually had any difficulty. So not fair. Never. Never. I'm actually much better with the living life in English. I was never in a really a later one. I'm not lying. I already had done that. I mean, Democrats present an opening statement at the impeachment trial. I had done that. I've already done this, you know. Cloudy with a chance of, you know, frozen liquids, you know, Florida's cloudy weather. I had done it, please. Then, you know, give me a few seconds. Let me actually skip all the sentences that I had done. Because I just really wanted to prove that I'm actually good with the first sentence that I've never been on to. If I were never been exposed to that sentence, I have a greater record to prove it. That's my opinion. Let me actually calculate it. But wait. Let me have a full sentence that I've never met before. Hold on. That's so not true. That's a crazy argument. Just actually hang on a second. I'm actually far better with the sentence. Oh, you're fucking crazy. I would actually try everything to actually prove that I'm actually far better in English. Because you know what? Let me actually show you. Hang on. Hold on a second. Hold on. My a strong ability in terms of the very new sentence that I've never actually met before. Hold on a second. Starting from this, underneath it, I would have probably never been exposed to it. And how quickly and accurately I can actually pick up this living life circumstances in the United States or written in English. Take a glance at it. Much faster than you. Already had done that. Americans are bingy drinking. Let me actually write it down in case, sometimes if I ever written down things too quickly, the letters are distorted. Americans are bingy drinking themselves to death rapidly, studies warn. Okay? From now on, those sentences are new, and I would never skip a tiny sentence, okay? How about this? I would never skip any sentence. Any new sentence about life. The best books of the week ahead. Just say, present meaningful sentence, I really don't mind. Go ahead and get him. That's right. Hi. 야, 남자가 엉덩이다니. This is really great. This knife has a chopping power, but it's really, the edges are squared. That means you can never actually sheath the knife into someone else's body to create a damage. Because it has equal chopping power, but it could never be used against a human being in a very lethal way. Well, of course, it can actually probably create a certain scathing scar, but it would never actually penetrate into human body with the Sharpie points to create a lethal stabbing incident. Because the United Kingdom, if you ever actually wanted to use, pedestrians they're being harassed with the actual knife attack, they've been killed, right? So in the wake of the record-high-raging stabbing incident, the company in the United Kingdom developed this kind of amazing knife. It's really nice. I'm not really to think about it. It's really easy. The Food and Drug Administration rubber stamps the seal of approval for drugs with a greater tendency and a trend to unease anxiety of the public. Erosion of standards. The standards are being erased and diminished because the FDA, once upon a time, was truly a stellar stalwart of the actual authenticity for drug and medical produce products certificate, right? I can actually say this in a much better way. Once upon a time, the Food Administration has been considered as a true stalwart for protecting the public health by constantly going through the rigorous procedures for the drugs and the medicines or medicinal substances that would never be just actually put out on the shelves in your drugstores unless there is a serious and rigorous vetting procedures that would be overviewed by the Food and Drug Administration. But now it has been truly eased. This kind of erosion and the removal of the standards that should have been much tougher than this, but they have been such a lowered down. That's really the problem. The more drugs are actually being released with no thorough procedure to actually conduct a clinical test that might actually guarantee that there is no damage that could actually harm the regular people. This kind of tendential recklessness by the FDA truly removes and effaces any serious trust in the FDA. Make this hot delivery guy driving NYC ladies to drink by taking them to local pubs. In New York, there is such a delivery guy who can actually take up and pick up this New York ladies who might be looking for a chance to be lifted from a certain place. If you're looking for a ride, then this kind of delivery guy can offer you a quick ride and a lift by taking you to certain pubs, or you can actually be picked up at any given restaurants or pubs to be taken to your house with no serious danger. Make this hot delivery guy who's been operating one's own business by being a responsible escort who can truly help young ladies facing embarrassment by being drunk to be taken away from the scene or even actually lifted up from the scene. This kind of delivery service can be very thriving. I don't need to think twice about it. It's very easy. TikTok teen sparks a viral debate of discussion for controversial sexuality and looks, where even actually sex appeals or a teenager and a minor constantly actually being troubled with the appearance or looks. This kind of beauty or aesthetic standards, that kind of controversy somehow actually been rekindled by this teenager on TikTok. I'm not lying. It's really easy. Why I put my kids to bed early so I can actually drink more wine. What does that mean? Why I actually, when literally sing a lullaby to actually let my kids, sleep much earlier than they could probably, because I really can have a me time by sipping off a nice wine. That kind of enjoyable moments can be possible. Is there anyone who actually think that this kind of sentence would be challenging? Because I actually stepped out of the United States for a couple of years, so I would actually forget most of the stuff that I had learned from American movies. Why I put my kids to bed really early? Why I actually tuck my kids into beds, tuck themselves in the beds really quickly? Why I actually tuck is really the common words. why I actually talk my kids, you know, in the bed really quickly, talk themselves to bed really quickly, because I can actually enjoy it. That's a pretty much, you know, gourmet time by actually enjoying such an exquisite winery selection. This could be possible. Talk themselves in the bed. It's really easy. I really need to. A man gets hospitalized after his wife put chastity nut. This, you know, a nut representing the sexual chastity and a no promiscuity in his penis, because his you know, general penis has been invaded by a foreign object called the chastity nut to promise, you know, full commitment to marriage with the absolute fidelity. This somehow causes a viral reaction. For that reason, this guy gets hospitalized. According to the police reports, and the police say, why would you actually say the police say? It's really stupid. Because, you know, it really, I can't actually believe it. A wildly inappropriate car plate causes a stir-up in Utah. I never actually said anything. I even actually explained everything. Not funny. Never. No, I never. Oh, something or something. People live, no. No, I never. 존나 잘 튼튼해. The chatter at Davos is all about climate volatility. I'm not lying. I never experienced any volatility. I got everything correct. From now on, this is real sentences that I've never actually met before. Let me actually show you. I would never actually make any mistake. I never. I'm actually much faster. Stunning portraits feature and highlight the world's most endangered indigenous tribes in the war. I don't really need to think twice about it. It's very funny. I never. Sex robot Instagram influencers are taking over the Instagram and are coming to snatch and to get to your jobs. Coming to your jobs, technically. Well, I don't really need to think twice about it. Burnout linked to potential lethal and dangerous heart failure and heart condition. I don't really need to think twice about anything. I'm not lying. Please go. Google, Amazon, more than Tom Hanks' teachers, schools, AT&T, and Tom Hanks. I don't need to think about anything. I'm actually not lying. No, I never. No, I'm actually a runner. I'm actually much faster than you. Never actually made a mistake. I'm not lying. I had written down everything correct, but I actually dropped it, even though I orally said that when he was sleeping, this lady actually puts in chastity nuts. I actually got everything really correct, chastity nut, but I didn't actually write down when he was sleeping. I didn't actually write that down. The only problem that I made is I didn't actually put that down. The rest of stuff was really perfectly correct. Professional gamers are now actually training like athletes. I don't need to think about it. To me, it's really easy. What am I missing? I didn't miss anything. I'm not lying. Oh, it's hurt that special. Never. No, never missing. Never had it. Although I'm supposed